Let's cross now to our reporter Vusi Khumalo, who is at Edendale in Pietermaritzburg at the RG KwaZulu-Natal. He is with Kwazi Mshengu, who's the MEC for Education in the province. Vusi, good morning. It's over to you.
Good morning, Sakina. Yes, indeed, we are here in Edendale. This is Pietermaritzburg. The name of the school is Nyonithwele Secondary School, which about 129,000 matriculants or candidates are about just seconds away from writing their exams. Or we have 129 candidates which are sitting for this year's Matric. As we know that the country has about 1 million candidates writing these exams, which is a very historic and also a record indeed. But with us here is the MEC for KwaZulu-Natal, MEC for Health in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Kwazi Mshengu, who's going to brief us about some of the plans they've had. We know that it's been a difficult year for the education calendar. Mr. Mshengu, if you can just perhaps come a little bit closer, even though we are keeping a social distance. How's been things so far? Because this has been a difficult year for the matriculants and all the all the learners generally.
It has indeed been a difficult year for the entire system, but particularly for matriculants who are exiting the system in this year. 2020 has really been very disrupted by COVID-19, and there was a time where really a debate had to ensue in the public discourse whether or not we can save the academic year. But we are happy that we are at this stage today where the matriculants are writing their first examination. We have prepared them. Obviously, we would have preferred to have more time to prepare them like all other previous years, but we have had to do with the time that was available. And we want to thank the commitment of educators and the resilience of these learners who at some stage, in fact from October, have been, the teaching and learning has been happening 7 days a week non-stop to try and cover the time lost, make sure that we complete the curriculum, but also have the space for the revision. Even going forward, we have made arrangements that the learners, even when they are not writing on that particular day, they are required to come to school so that the teachers can walk them through until the final examination. So we're quite confident that in spite of the difficult conditions we have gone through, we will be able to score a mark that will make the province proud.
And also, what about the challenges, especially those that are related to COVID-19? We spoke to the National Minister of Education, Edendale, who said that nationally we have about 10% of dropouts that are COVID-19 related, with a number of teachers as well as learners who have died as a result of COVID-19 related illnesses. And the challenges, how did you ensure that you also, win against those challenges?
Indeed, it has been a very difficult battle, but the resilience of these learners and educators have seen us through these challenges. In the province, we recorded just over 3,000 cases of infections, both the learners, educators, and other office-based staff. Unfortunately, we lost just over 70 educators due to COVID-19. Not a single learner lost his life or her life because of COVID-19. So it has been a period that we have had to go through. We have also even made preparations that even when there are infections that can happen during the examinations, all learners will be able to write unless really they are admitted to hospital. But if a learner is infected and is still able to write, there will be there are arrangements that have been made for them to write in isolated rooms. Even when they come to a gate and they present a higher temperature than usual, they will be isolated and be able to write their examinations in separate rooms. So we have made sure that all our preparations take into account fully the regulations of COVID-19 while we are not disrupting the examinations, as it were.
Okay,
Siyabonga.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's Education MEC in KwaZulu-Natal, Kwazi Mshengu, saying that the KwaZulu-Natal has got 129 candidates that are sitting for this year's Matric out of about 1 million nationally who are sitting for this Matric here in South Africa. Well, it's back to you in the studio for now.
Well, thank you so much, Vusi. And then, Leanne, it's going to be interesting. The agenda will, of course, continue crisscrossing the country to see how this plays out. And I think it's just moments away now from the start. But there are many people to speak to and it's just a marvel to watch. I feel so sorry for some, those who are going through the anxiety. And remember, when your child is in Matric, you are in Matric.
Very much so.
You are going through every single motion with them.
And that's the reality, because it's a big moment, even though you may not be studying the work, but you know, you're walking around the house on eggshells and keeping quiet, making sure that they're okay. You're there to support them. And if you're not, please do that, because they need all the help they possibly can at this stage. It's a very, very difficult time. But as we keep on saying, we're wishing you strength and all the best that we can possibly wish you over this time of the Matric examinations.
To parents and learners.
Exactly, to all of you. All right, I think we're going to take a very quick break. We've got time for 1 or 2 more stories after this, and then we'll say goodbye to you and hand over to the agenda. Stay tuned.